You know, West Ham haven't done a West Ham in so bloody long, and this is what it feels like, innit? You know, this is the feeling that West Ham fans have had for a long, long time supporting the club. I didn't want to ever experience this again, but I knew it was going to come someday, rather or later. To be 3-1 up and then effectively gift Arsenal 2 goals and then end up drawing it is such a West Ham thing to do. It happened against Brighton last season. It had that same kind of feeling with the Villa game at home and even the Spurs game, because you knew that something was coming from the other team. We got off lucky in those last 2 games. Today, the luck ran out. Feels like this game in hand has been for nothing. I am annoyed, mad, and I'll tell you why in this video. Yes, it has finished West Ham United 3, Arsenal 3 at the London Stadium, despite West Ham leading 3-1 at half-time. You know what's going to kind of happen if you're a West Ham fan and your team's playing against Arsenal. This happens every single damn season. It happened earlier on this season, it happened even last season. West Ham end up getting goal in the game, end up doing something really good and it's looking bright, only to end up cocking it up in the second half somehow. Happened at the Emirates early in the season when Nketiah scored later on because of bad substitutions and bad game management. That partly was to blame today. West Ham effectively have gifted 5 of the 6 goals in this game. 3 West Ham players scored for West Ham and 2 own goals as well, and Lacazette heading late on to tie it up. I'm going to get right into all of this, starting with the team lineups, because there's a lot to talk about from the officials to the tactics. West Ham made some changes to the team. Said Benrahma and Jesse Lingard started in the midfield, which was really good to see. Mark Noble was benched and Declan Rice was back as captain. Andriy Yarmolenko and Pablo Fornals did not pass fitness tests, so they weren't playing in this. But West Ham had a very good starting 11, but the bench concerned me. There was no one we could really bring off of the bench if we were to make any kind of changes or even a further impact. And that's been a problem all season because of lack of depth. Arsenal had Saka starting because he was fit. Aubameyang, Odegaard and Lacazette. Callum Chambers was in at right back for them, and it was a bit worrying to see him at right back because Bellerin's done a really good job from there. So that could have been a potential weakness for them. Aaron Cresswell started for West Ham, and I'll point this out. He has now become West Ham's second all-time Premier League appearance maker with 218 appearances. The only person in front of him is, of course, Mark Noble. Very nice stuff from West Ham to start the game. I think West Ham had the ball in Arsenal's area the whole time, pretty much. Souček was in the box making a menace of himself, heading 2 balls off target. Arsenal had to contain him. A lot of good movement from West Ham, a lot of good possession of the ball. Just had to keep working it and eventually get rewarded. West Ham got their reward on 15 minutes when Jesse Lingard made it 1-0. Antonio lays it down for Lingard, who strikes it into the top right corner. It's his 5th goal in a West Ham shirt for Jesse Lingard. 1-0 to West Ham. Reasons like that are why he is in the England team, because he's making that kind of impact. And it was a very well worked goal, very nice finish. West Ham in cruise control. And just before Arsenal could regroup and try to come up with a different strategy, West Ham made it 2-0, 98 seconds later. Free kicks awarded, close to the box. West Ham take it quickly. All the Arsenal players are looking in front of them, away from the ball. None of them are there in time to get onto it. Jarrod Bowen's put in a one-on-one situation with Leno, and he fires it in. It's 2-0 to West Ham very quickly. And as that stands, things are looking very good. Arsenal look very tired, worn down and aren't defending, and West Ham are giving it their all. Arsenal gave the ball away many, many times in that first half. West Ham were making most with the ball, like I say. Arsenal weren't doing a lot with it. Effort was deflected into the hands of Lukas Fabianski. Started a West Ham counter-attack. Nothing came of that, though. But Arsenal gave the ball away, and it was worked back into the box. Mikel Antonio heads it down. It goes into the net. He doesn't celebrate because he's worried that it's going to be called for offside. It turns out that Souček was the last player to touch the ball. He got his foot on the edge of the ball and it went into the net. So Antonio was given the assist and Souček was given the goal. Souček's on to his 9th of the season. And it was 3-0 at this point. Everything's looking really good for West Ham, but I couldn't rest on my laurels here because I know what West Ham have been like in the past. Can't just say that it's going to be a walk in the park from this point onwards. Because although West Ham had bossed that first half and had done really, really well, there was this feeling in the back of your mind that something wrong could happen and something wrong would, dare I say it, happen. That did start to become a reality after that third goal went in. Souček had already scored in one end, and then it turned out that he was going to score in the other end. Arsenal made it 3-1. Alexandre Lacazette has time to fire in the box, strikes a fierce shot past Fabianski. It turns out that it slightly came off of Souček, and because that was being struck on target, it didn't go down as a Lacazette goal, it went down as a Souček own goal. So Souček had scored for West Ham and then effectively scored for Arsenal. And after that goal went in, Arsenal got a lot of confidence. They started going forward a lot more. They started pressing a lot more. Saka was being a menace. Odegaard started getting more of the ball in that middle of the park. Arsenal were looking likely to get a second goal before half-time. And in a way, I suppose it was a bit fortuitous that it wasn't 3-2 going into the break. But 3-1 is a 2-goal deficit. And it actually put a bit more pressure on West Ham. And at half-time, West Ham could have made a choice here. Keep going attacking or go all-out defensive. Generally speaking, Moyes likes to go all-out defensive in those situations and revert to a 5 at the back. But West Ham stuck with a 4-5-1 kind of formation. Even at the start of the second half, West Ham had to backpedal. West Ham were, backpedaling, even. Arsenal started off the second half the same way West Ham started off the first half. Arsenal were going full throttle. And it resulted in Issa Diop having to clear a Lacazette looping shot off the line. And it was very nerve-wracking. This whole second half was nerve-wracking for West Ham fans. Because, like I said in the intro, it had that feeling of the Spurs game and even the Villa game, where West Ham played very poorly in the second half. And the only way they got themselves out of jail was by winning those games. It wasn't going to be the case in this, unfortunately, and I hate to break it to anyone who didn't watch it. That wasn't going to be the case, because West Ham absolutely bottled it against Arsenal, and bottling it was likely to happen. That was one of the worst defensive performances I've seen from West Ham in a long time, added on to the typical, traditional West Ham way of missing big chances in these big games. It had all those elements together to make me nearly blow my top. Arsenal's second goal was like a carbon copy of West Ham's first goal. A quickly taken free kick that I didn't even know why it was rewarded in the first place, because it seemed to be a foul on Bowen, but it went in Arsenal's favour. It goes obviously in the direction towards the West Ham box. Chambers puts it in and Craig Dawson blasts it into his own net. That's back-to-back games now Craig Dawson has had where he scored an own goal. And he was poor in this game, for that matter. In fact, when Ogbonna's back after the international break, I think either Dawson or Diop need to be pulled out and Ogbonna needs to be put in. Ogbonna needs to get back into the first team ASAP because he provides that solidity. He provides that consistency. Dawson's had a mare in the last 2 games. Scoring another own goal in this game, bear in mind this was the second own goal West Ham has scored against Arsenal in this game, that is just even worse. And we did effectively gift them those 2 goals. And I mean, I'm not saying it was undeserved from Arsenal because they were threatening a lot. They were pushing the buttons, but my God, it's just... You just had a feeling this was coming. You had a feeling that this was coming. And yeah, the referee was making some bad decisions because he was giving everything in Arsenal's favour, even if there were fouls. John Moss did have a shocker of a game, but you can't blame him 100%. West Ham's players weren't doing themselves much favours either. 2 big chances came, 2 big chances wasted. How the heck do you miss these, is what I do not know. Antonio ends up getting the ball back from a loose Arsenal play. Gets it into the box with Lingard. It's a little bit fumbled as Leno tries to save it. No one pounces on it in time. Kieran Tierney's cleared it away in nick of time. And the second one was even worse. How do you miss this? Saïd Benrahma, lovely move to dribble into the box. Goes one-on-one with Leno. I don't know why he didn't take the shot. Tries to cross it for Antonio, who's got quite a wide open goal and he hits the post. Antonio's become so predictable with stuff like this. Even with his style of play, he's become predictable. How do you miss big chances like that? You can't do that. It would have been 4-2 and the game would have been done there. Why did he miss that? Even more so, how did he miss that? I don't get it. It was kind of expected. I knew it was going to happen because this is Arsenal. This is West Ham. You know what I'm saying? We do this. We miss these big chances in these kind of situations. Why? Why are we not learning these lessons still? You knew it. You knew it was going to be buggered up at this point. You knew it was coming. Jarrod Bowen came off, Mark Noble came on. Initially, Saïd Benrahma was going to come off, but I think it was at the time a decent decision by the manager not to bring Benrahma off right away, because Noble in that midfield would have slowed things down, as it was last week against Man United. Fredericks also came on, and Benrahma came off after Fredericks came on. Pretty poor substitutions, in all honesty. Lo and behold, it happened. Those missed chances and the really bad defending and the really bad performance came up and caught up with West Ham. Because Lacazette heads it into the net and it's 3-3. Cross comes in, Lacazette gets his head on it. West Ham don't do enough to close down Arsenal in this game. And it's come back to bite them. Defending was poor. Arsenal had a lot of space and a lot of time to make crosses and to create chances. And it was the defence, particularly the centre-backs, who had a bad game. I'm not going to get on at Cresswell and Sofal too much, because, okay, they were part of that defence that conceded the 3 goals, but those centre-backs in particular didn't really help. Lacazette's not going to miss with his header. He's close range, he's got quite a wide net. It goes in, it's 3-3, you knew it. You knew it was happening, people. You knew Arsenal were going to equalise in this. And you can blame the ref all you want. Like I say, the ref did give a lot of key decisions against West Ham. But our players were bad. Our defence was bad from about 35 minutes onwards. I don't get why this is for West Ham. We start the game off well, we get going, and then we just sit back. West Ham need to play for the full 90 minutes. And play for the full game. Keep up those same levels for the full 90 minutes. And not just switch off when the going gets tough. Because look what's happened. We have dropped points in situations like this. Last season, West Ham were known for dropping points in winning situations because we switched off. This was like Brighton at home last season all over again. Not with a scoreline, but the switching off and being careless. It had that same thing in it. Oh yeah, and Ogbonna scored an own goal in that game as well. So there were 2 own goals in this. So this was arguably a bit worse. Because without those own goals, it would have been 3-1 West Ham. It's so many things working against us in this game. And it does make you think, what if, what if, what if? Rice ran nearly the full distance of the pitch and went one-on-one with Leno. Had his effort saved. That was the last big chance for West Ham. Finished 3-3. I'm not frustrated even. I'm not even surprised. Because this happens. This has happened with West Ham. Where we've had decent leads in games and then we've blown it. It happened today. And against this lot as well. Every single damn time. Seen people on Twitter blaming a few things. Yeah, I can understand you blame the referee because he gave a lot of key decisions in Arsenal's favour. And without those, they wouldn't have scored from him. But the defending was bad today. It was some of the worst defending I've seen all season from a West Ham fan perspective. You know, our centre-backs didn't do a job today. Cresswell had no support. Sofal, I think, was good. He's never really been that bad. Our whole attacking unit in our midfield was actually good today. That's the thing. Our midfield was actually decent today. It's the defence that let us down. I'm not going to get on Benrahma or Lingard's backs because they made a really big impact in the game. They made a really, really big contribution. They did well today. They did their jobs, kind of. And, well, not even kind of. They really did do their jobs. I just think after those 35 minutes had gone in the first half, West Ham started to, instead of keeping going and giving it their all, start to sit back. And when you let teams sit back, they come at you. West Ham do not learn their lessons from these kind of things. I've said it in previous videos. This club doesn't learn its lessons. This team doesn't learn its lessons at all. We are chasing European football. In my opinion, we've got to get it. Otherwise, it'll be just another regular season in the Premier League Nothing's new. We have to get European football, and today it feels like we lost 3-3 to Arsenal. We're going to have to rejuvenate and feel a bit more motivated after the international break, and then we've got big games coming up after that we have to win. We're 5th in the table for now. I'm not mad about us being 5th in the table, but it's a big 2 points dropped. And it's not been like this for a long time, with West Ham dropping points from a winning position where it's been very comfortable. But hey-ho, it was Arsenal. Are you really shocked that it's happened? Thank you very much for watching the aftermath of the Arsenal game. If you liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. I want to start seeing people comment their thoughts more below. So if you've got something that you want to say about the game, comment below and I'll take a look at them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and I'll see you all soon.